So this is the bicycle repair stand I originally made. To adjust the height, I just use nuts and bolts here. I drilled holes, and then to find the position I want, I just lift it and then. But using nuts and bolts consume valuable minutes, so I'd make an adjustable stem, not by means of this concept, but I will weld nuts here and then use nuts and bolts to tighten it. If I want to adjust the height, I'll just loosen it and then pull it pull it up or down as the case may be. So now, since this is wiggling here, I found a round bar that fits snugly here. So I also want to be able to position it like this, turn it left or right. Now for the angle of the bicycle, I just have this concept. So if I want to tighten it, I just tighten this one. But the disadvantage of this design is that to be able to readjust it, you still need the wrench to loosen it and tighten it, and again it consumes valuable seconds or valuable minutes. So what I intend to do is discard this principle and then put another tubing this way so that I could insert the clamping mechanism, and then on the tubing I would weld here. I'd place nuts and then use nuts and bolts to automatically readjust the angle of the bicycle. So I don't have to make a new clamping mechanism. I just have to remove this bolt here. This is actually a bolt. It goes inside here. There's a nut here I welded. So the big bolt goes inside there, and then to tighten it I just tighten this nut here. So I'll cut this off, put the tubing here so that I could insert it on the piece of pipe I intend to weld over here. So for this portion, I found this bigger that fits snugly here. So guess where I got this. This is the cylinder of an old air pump. So I could adjust it here. This came from this air pump. It's no longer working. So it used to be the air pump on my bicycle. So when you buy an air pump, my suggestion is to buy the cylinder with metal, made of metal instead of plastic or aluminum, so that you can recycle it in your DIY projects. This is strong enough to hold the bike vertically. So I bought a new one in replacement of this old air pump. So to be able to move this up and down, I'll just have to weld a nut here, maybe two nuts, so that it will be more durable, and then I can tighten this by means of a bolt here. So I will first drill a hole before welding the nut in position, and then just use a bolt and put a handle on the head of the bolt so that I can turn this, so that if I want to move it up and down, I can just loosen this and then move it up and down. This will also allow me to as the arrow indicates, to turn this bar to position the bike at an angle I want. So on top of this, I will have to weld another piece of tubing that goes like this so that I can insert the clamping mechanism. So on top of this bar, round bar, I will weld another tubing facing that way, and then I'll insert the clamping mechanism there. To be able to tilt the clamping mechanism, to be able to tilt the bicycle, just like the principle here, I'll have to weld nuts here. So drill holes and then weld nuts so that I can tighten this portion with the bolt. Actually here only one nut will do, but I intend to place 2 nuts for extra durability. So here I can insert the clamping mechanism there and then be able to tilt the bike that way, so that the bike will remain as positioned. I will have to have a tightening handle here, so I'll tighten the screw so that the bike will stay in position, tilted in the manner I want. So this is the old stand of my bicycle repair stand. I just painted it blue. Before painting it blue, I used red oxide anti-rust paint. I welded through nuts here so that I can insert the clamping mechanism here and adjust the position I want, the height. So this is the one I will insert here after painting it blue, so that I can adjust the height. I can just tighten the bolts here, so it will be like that. So here I will insert this clamping mechanism. So this is the clamp. Just angle bars here, put rubber for protection on the frame, and then just weld 2 sheet metal here, or metal bars here, and then drill holes. Also drill holes here so that it will pivot. Here make the hole larger. This will be the handle for tightening the clamp. You also have to weld the nut here so that you can tighten the clamp. You also have to weld 2 nuts here, 1, 2, so that you can angle the clamp that way. So you will insert it there, and then you can angle your bicycle that way. And then once you find the correct angle, you just tighten the nuts or the bolts here. These are the handles I made. This is the handle of a vise. I just copied the principle, so like that. So these are the screws or the bolts for tightening. Just weld the nut there and just put the piece of metal, weld 2 stoppers there. So like this, weld the nut there, place the metal, put 2 stoppers there. So weld the nut there on top of the head of the bolt, and then put stoppers just like this. Now you can make this if you run out of metal. Just put the handle on top of the bolt head, and this will be your handle in tightening the nuts here to position your bicycle. So here I just notched the tube so that I could weld here, placed gussets here for strength, and that's about it. So I finished painting my bicycle repair stand. So I also painted the other parts. After drying, I'll assemble my bicycle repair stand already. By the way, this used to be the original support. I cut it off and then welded the new one over here. So this used to be here.